What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of Finally Financial. I got my man AJ Jackson as the studio guest today. AJ, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, Jack.
Good.
Appreciate the opportunity to be a part of your podcast, uh, and I'm looking forward to this interview.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, AJ, for people who don't know, man, just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from, born and raised, Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Jersey boy.
Um, I graduated from Elizabeth High School. Then I'm matriculated to North Carolina. I'm a graduate of North Carolina Central University in Durham, North Carolina. I hold a bachelor's of business administration with a concentration in finance.
Love it.
Uh, at this point in time in my career, uh, I I am a special education manager. My responsibilities at this ninth grade campus and the high school campus where I teach, which is in Aldine School District in Houston, Texas. Uh, my responsibility is to manage and help with the matriculation and education
Okay.
of all special education kids from ninth grade to 12th grade to graduate on time, and also make sure when they graduate, they have either educational opportunities or
Mhm.
working opportunities.
Awesome.
That's my responsibility.
Yeah, and so let's get into that a little bit, man, because I think that is awesome work, man. So what got you into that?
Well, to be honest with you, I was voluntold. So, you know how that works.
Yep, yep.
I've always been a problem solver,
Hmm.
being a finance guy, a management guy. I've always looked at things differently. My coaching aspects,
Absolutely.
coaching kids and coaching athletes and being in tough situations, all those things make you problem solvers. Um, you know, Sometimes you're going in one direction and then you have to look at the facts and you have to readjust and
Yep.
redirect
Okay.
and, put yourself in a place to win. So what happened at our school is that before the pandemic, and we looked at our data, 40 only 46% of our special needs kids were graduating on time. Now, uh, that's not very good. Just to be honest, it's not very good. So the district was looking at that. But then
Okay.
the pandemic hit, and I didn't even want to look at the numbers.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
so they put me in a position. They wanted me to be in this position to help our kids be successful. And we did a few things. One, we came up with academic tests for classes they may have, like, the way Texas works is that each semester is half a credit. So let's
Right.
say a kid just failed one part of an algebra, for
Hmm.
instance.
First
They
semester.
can
Okay.
they could right, they can move on, right? But they can't graduate unless they complete both parts. So our district decided to create um, some tests for our special needs kids. Now, this is just for special needs I'm talking about,
Okay.
where they have to test out uh, and know their subject matter, so they don't have to go back and take that part of the test. Because if they're a senior and that's the only test that they didn't pass that first quarter,
Yep.
we created a test of what they should know, and we review with them and get them up to snuff because might have to take algebra in 3 years
Okay.
to give them an opportunity to earn that credit and graduate.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. Nice, man. I love hearing about special needs students and how you guys teach them and the tools and the strategies used to get them to a certain point. That really intrigues me, man. I have a special place in my heart for special needs students. So now I understand that you have an insurance background.
Yes, when I graduated from North Carolina Central University, I went
Mhm.
back to New Jersey. I worked for this company called Penn Equity Corp,
Okay.
and they hired me right out of college when I got back into New Jersey, and I was a license. They prepared me to get my Group One, which is at the time was a life insurance um, license.
Yes.
So I was licensed to sell life insurance for the Group One.
Okay, good. So that's what we are here to talk about today, man, because I feel that you have a lot of knowledge on the insurance side of things. So talk to me about your philosophy on insurance and that sort of thing.
Well, insurance is needed, but it's unfortunately, as far as life insurance and health insurance,
Mhm.
we don't view it as the same way as we view car insurance now. Most of us got car insurance. We
Yeah,
got insurance on our phones,
yeah,
right? Break our phone, man. We got insurance.
yep,
But when you talk about life insurance, I know it's can be looked at as kind of morbid. Oh, if I talk about it, it might happen. That kind of voodoo, excuse me,
right, right,
philosophy. The
right.
bottom line is one day we're all going to leave this earth.
That's the thing.
And
It's
some of us,
gonna happen.
yeah. It's not a if, it's a when.
Hmm.
So with that type of philosophy, we should always plan for the future because the future really is now. It could happen now.
Absolutely.
And so we need to take care of those personal responsibilities and then go live on with our life until God,
Absolutely.
calls us home.
So do you have a plan? Do you have an idea of what people can do to take advantage of insurance?
Absolutely. Uh, I think I was taught that you need initially three types of insurance
Okay.
to in your portfolio. All right, and
Yeah.
these are a must. So the first thing is life insurance.
Okay.
The second thing is disability insurance.
Hmm.
The third thing is cancer insurance.
I
So let's
see.
start with yes, sir.
Okay. No, I
Let's
see. Yeah, go ahead, coach.
so let's start with life insurance. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple scenarios, and I'm gonna try to make it very brief. So you are a single individual, no kids. So you should have enough life insurance to bury you with as of right now. Um, that might be $20,000, let's say,
Hmm.
right? The type of funeral you plan on having,
Yep.
and your wishes, right? And
Absolutely.
that should be in writing, right?
Yep.
So your family members don't fight over how you should have went there and did this and did that,
Exactly.
cutting corners so they can get the rest of it and all that nonsense. It needs to be in writing what you want your wishes to be.
Yep.
Um, Now you might want to let's say, hey, I love my mom and dad, so I want to leave them a little something. So maybe you get $100,000 worth of life insurance, 20 to bury you, and 80 for your heirs, which would be your mom and dad in this case, in that scenario.
Hmm.
Now let me give you another scenario. You're married or you have a significant other and you have kids.
Yep.
So you have a certain income taking care of those kids. So your income needs to be protected by life insurance.
Yes.
Something happens to you, and let's say you have a home and a mortgage, and even if your wife or your significant other is working and you have kids, if if not if, but when you die, and if it's suddenly and you don't have any insurance, that could throw your whole family into into a poverty situation. They're going to have to
Absolutely.
definitely sell a house
Yep.
and probably all your assets,
Yeah.
because the income that's coming in of two households now is one. And so that income is gone. And how about if you're the prime breadwinner, or you're the only breadwinner?
Yeah.
That really hurts your family.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Life insurance is a big one, and I always want to tell people that even, financially, life insurance, it helps in building wealth, and sometimes our community, they don't understand that. And so that's why this insurance segment in general is so huge. Okay. So what about the second insurance? Talk about that one.
Well, before I go there, Greg, Jack,
Mhm.
let me give you a couple of ideas how things used to be and how they are now. So, when I first graduated from college, what they had, that most people bought whole life insurance,
Right.
and that's kind of the 60s, the 50s, 60s, 70s way. In the 80s, people bought um, term life insurance.
Absolutely.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper than whole life. And what they said is that if you buy the same dollar amount of life insurance, whole life would be about three times as much.
Mhm.
Term would be three times less. So the philosophy was buy term, take the difference, and invest it. So in 10 years, if you invest that difference, it'll be, let's say it turns out to be $25,000, maybe more.
Yep.
So now you're 10 years older. So your term life insurance policy would go up. But now if you got $25,000 in cash or investments, now you only need $75,000 in term, which or whatever you can buy for that same amount,
Right.
which will equal, in this example, 100,000. That's how it used to be.
Okay.
Now, in this generation, is a little bit different.
Okay.
So there's such thing called a living benefit.
Mhm.
That's the new thing that's out now.
Yep.
So what living benefit is that, let's say I buy $100,000 of term life insurance.
Mhm.
I buy $100,000 worth of living benefit insurance.
Yep.
So term insurance only benefits your heirs. The beneficiary in a life policy, a term life policy, is that it doesn't benefit me if I'm the person that the insurance is out on.
Mhm.
It benefits my beneficiary. So
Right.
when I die, they get $100,000.
Yeah.
But living benefit insurance benefits me. How? Because living benefit insurance allows the person to use some of that insurance if they get sick. Now, just remember, you can have a tragedy situation and not die. You can be in a hospital for, I don't know, for weeks. People got cancer. You can get hit by a truck, get in an accident. You might not die.
Yep.
So that term life policy in that case is not good. You didn't die. It's not good for you. It's not even good for your heirs.
Mhm.
But the living benefit policy has what they call, I believe, 14 occurrences, and they're based on your pulmonary system, your neurological system. So it's based on, for instance, if you get cancer, right? If you get
Yep.
tested and get cancer, God forbid, that's one of the coverages of living benefit.
Okay.
So they may allow, well, and it'll already be set. They may allow you to take $50,000
Yeah.
and be able to use it right away,
Yep.
pre-cleared, to fight that cancer. And we
Mhm.
know you got to have money in America
Yep.
if you're gonna have those situations. People just don't. They're not gonna do it for free.
Right.
And insurance in America will tie you up.
Yeah.
So you need that money, right?
Definitely.
And something like that is what's new out there. It's called living benefit.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Okay. Now, you want to touch on the second insurance that's necessary?
Yes, disability
Okay.
insurance is definitely important because, again, if I'm the person that's insured, if I die, then my family gets gets the benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I get hurt, that life insurance, if I got term life, again, it's not going to help me because I didn't die. So let's say I'm out of work 3 months. So I have to make sure that I have disability insurance to cover my income.
Absolutely.
And one way of looking at it is the more physical my job is, the more insurance I probably need to have, because that means the more accidents I'm going to have.
Yep.
If I'm driving a forklift and stuff is all over the place, and I'm inside a warehouse and there's going to be hazards and tragedies, I'm probably going to need a little more.
Right.
On a general situation.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Absolutely, man. So with that type of insurance, man, a lot of it depends on type of jobs you have, man. If you have a job where you are using your back, using your body, your muscles, things like that, the percentages of needing disability insurance is a lot greater, So you want to keep that in mind as well.
Well, they have there's all kinds of data and statistics that is reported about any job you have. Now they're outliers now. They're people that slipped and fall and
in the office,
and they all cracked up and said, wow, he broke his leg by tripping over such and such. Now, those are outliers, right? But if you break your leg at work, you out of work for a while. Right? And your insurance will kick in, right? And it's on the job. So that's what do they call that? Workers' comp.
Yep.
But it ain't gonna give you 100% of your salary. I guarantee you that.
Right.
So if you're making $5,000 a month or $6,000 a month, they already got the deductible out of it.
Yeah.
And they already got these percentages in there.
Yeah.
So you have to have that information. See, here's the problem with us, right? And now what I mean us, just general working people.
Okay.
We ask those questions after it happens.
After it happened, yeah. And then we say
what I mean?
We didn't know. Yeah. We didn't know it's not gonna get you paid.
Well, when you go there and you didn't know and you didn't check the box for disability from your job to have it out of your check, because most of the time that's group disability, which is less because it's pooled.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you didn't do that because you didn't know or you didn't think you needed it, and then they say, well, we're only going to give you 50% of your check. You're going to say, what?
Yeah.
I can't go to my bill guys and say, hey, I'm only going to pay you 50%. That it's not going to work.
Right.
So we need to make sure that we know these things before they happen. Now, if they never happen, people say, man, I'm going to pay all that money into this program and it doesn't happen. Yeah, well, we can't predict that. Hopefully you live a good life and never have an accident, never get hurt.
Absolutely. The best
what?
thing about it is not being able to use it,
Right. Absolutely. That means you lived, God blessed you with a great life, never got hurt and all that. That's great. You paid into the system.
Yeah.
And you might never have to use it because you never got hurt.
Right.
But God forbid you don't pay,
right,
and especially the type of job you're in.
Yeah.
And you do get hurt.
You do need it.
That's tragic.
Absolutely. Now, let's take a break. Let me say that if you are finding value in this podcast, please subscribe, download. There'll be more videos like this for you to enjoy. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, comment, and share with your family and friends, man, so everybody can benefit from videos like these. I appreciate you guys for watching and listening. Hey, Coach. So I wanted to touch on the last the last insurance because uh, I have it, and not a lot of people that I know have it or have even heard about it. So touch on the cancer insurance for me.
Yes. The third insurance everyone should have is cancer insurance.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, God bless you, Jack. I know you went through some things, and we know we're all
Yeah,
praying for you, brother. You know that we love you, and we're
yeah,
praying for you, and we're gonna fight right along with you. And Jack's a witness, athlete, keeps himself in shape. He's in the late 40s. He's still in relatively, good shape for his age. And I I'm gonna assume, make a few assumptions, Jack. Correct me if I'm wrong. Went to the doctor and found out something happened. And the
well,
treatment.
this
Go
is
ahead, Jack.
this is the thing. No, my old man died from cancer. So
Oh
I
wow.
yeah, I've never had cancer, but I have
Okay.
the cancer insurance is what I was saying. Cause
Okay.
yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I feel
Okay.
like, you know, a lot of times it, for whatever reason, nobody understands cancer, but it seems like it runs in people's families. Like if your mama got it, then you might get it, that type of thing. So I just wanted to hedge my bets, go ahead and take advantage of that when I found out about it. But not a lot of people I know have cancer insurance. Why do you think that is?
Man, invincibility, bro. It ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing, Jack.
Mhm.
Um, See, I went through training, and these are some of the questions I asked because they talked about when I was getting my license. They talked about all these different types of insurance, man. And this is just from the life and health perspective. There's
Yeah.
so much stuff out there,
Hmm.
right? You
Yeah.
know, it's like if you got insurance on your house, but you don't have flood insurance, and it never flooded, but then it floods, you're not covered for that.
Exactly.
So, so it's the same thing
Mhm.
for your health, right?
Yep.
Cancer is running crazy, and like you said, it can be hereditary. But look what happens with African Americans.
Right.
Reason, look at it. Diet is a factor.
Big
What
factor,
you
man.
eat.
Yep.
Think about it. Go back a couple of generations, man. Look at what we were forced to eat
Yeah.
coming up, right?
Yep.
We ate leftovers
See,
of practically nothing. So
exactly.
and now we're in a situation where we can buy our food pretty much when we want.
Yeah.
And it's got all this processed food in there and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not telling people stuff that people don't need that haven't heard before,
Right.
but depending on your blood type and your body composition and you know, like you said, hereditary,
Yeah.
it could trigger something that infects your body, like cancer.
Exactly.
So we
Exactly.
just don't know. You see people getting kids cancer. We never heard about that stuff when we was a
Right.
kid. Now you see kids 7, 8, 9 years old got cancer.
Oh
So
man.
so what's one of the common denominators? It's we all eat.
What we eat. Absolutely.
We all eat. And so when you bring all that together, you gotta have coverage, man. You gotta have
Absolutely.
coverage.
Absolutely.
You just can't take look, those 3 points that I gave you is what I asked the guy who trained me
Hmm.
about getting my license in Texas. See, I got my license in Jersey
Yeah.
and then it lapsed. But when I got back in Texas, I said I wanted to get my license again and I got trained and I passed my test.
Okay.
But I asked him, I said, listen, if there's 3 types of insurance that I need to make sure my people in my community have, what are they? He said, Jackson, life insurance.
Yeah.
disability insurance,
Yeah.
and cancer insurance.
Yeah.
Those three are a building block and a must.
Good, man. Hey, we are running out of time, man. But you have given us some nuggets, bro. And I hope people heed what you said, take advantage, you know. Give me a final thought, man. Maybe 60 seconds, bro, because we are up against it, but let me know a final thought about insurance in your opinion.
Insurance is an investment. People say, oh, no, it's not an investment, but it is. It's an investment to protect your loved ones and yourself. I haven't even talked about health insurance. The best type of insurance, as far as health insurance, is taking care of your body. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't overdrink, and don't overindulge in anything.
Yeah.
Right? Keep your weight down, keep your blood pressure down, and just do those things.
Absolutely.
But the insurance part is for when something happens and you don't have the cash. Now, if you got $1 million worth of cash, then you might not have to buy $20,000 worth of life insurance. Most of us don't have that.
Absolutely.
Right? We're working class.
Yeah, we're talking middle class, working class.
Absolutely. Yeah. So hey, if some of us, if we lose 2 weeks to work, get hurt and lose 2 weeks to work, it puts us in jeopardy.
Absolutely. Hey,
so we need insurance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mr. Ajay Jackson. I call him Coach Jackson, just like me. No, I've got the final word. And it begins, Black people, Black men, you are not on your grown man shit if you do not have an insurance policy. You are not on track to building wealth if you do not have an insurance policy. And without an insurance policy, you may have to be cremated. No funeral, no viewing, no nothing. There are so many benefits to having an insurance policy, but I'll give you 2. Let's start with the ability to borrow against some policies. Some of this world's biggest companies were started by borrowing against insurance policies. Warren Buffett, anyone? You also want to be able to leave your children something. Sometimes an insurance policy may be the biggest asset you can leave. Purchase a big enough policy and your children may have the start in life that you did not. And that's your final word. Appreciate you, brother. It was great, man. Great knowledge, like I knew it would be. And, I'd like to get you on this thing again, talk about something else finance related, man, because I know you have a background in business. So thank you for coming on, sharing your thoughts on insurance, brother. And until next time, get money.
Thank you, Jack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.